All for the Empire. Although the town had a number of middle-class families, their theatrical preferences were largely unknown. Carpenter did have the prospect of attracting audiences from a wider and potentially more lucrative catchment area, facilitated by the Great Western Railway's line that ran east to west and by the north to south running line of the Midland and South West Junction Railway. Both lines stopped at Swindon. Of course, the GWR conferred on Swindon another advantage, namely that the town was well placed to take touring shows from London, whose cast and scenery could be conveniently conveyed by rail to within a very short distance of the proposed theatre site. Carpenter was born in 1868 in Islington, London, the son of Frederick Carpenter, a fine art publisher. Ernest was attracted to the stage from an early age. At 14, he was employed as a clerk in a London office and earned extra money by acting 3 or 4 times a week in the working men's clubs around the East End. My parts were studied at all times and seasons, he said, commonly as I went to and from the office, but occasionally they were put inside my desk, and I learnt the words surreptitiously when my chief's back was turned. In one of the plays, The Lady of Lyons, by Claude Melnotte, he was required to play the part of an old man. This was revived by another company in 1884, when, because of his previous experience, he was called upon at 2 days' notice to take another part. He always said that it was The Lady of Lyons that encouraged him to take up acting rather more seriously. At 17 years of age, he turned professional, joining touring companies playing provincial theatres. Soon he was able to style himself theatrical manager, being in charge of the touring companies. These were tough, impecunious times. He told of the day when, having just 6 halfpenny left after paying the bill for his lodgings at the completion of an engagement at Harwich, he was required to get himself to the Theatre Royal Colchester, where he was scheduled to open next day in a new part. The lack of funds meant that he had to walk all the way, carrying his few belongings in a bag and learning the part as he walked. Hope you enjoyed this chapter of All for the Empire, the history of Swindon's historic theatre.